Welcome to Document Automation and Management. I think we're just about ready to get started. So today we're going to be talking about all the ways you can save time for yourself and for your firm by managing your documents using Clio Manage.
Before we get going, let's take some time to imagine. Imagine if you no longer had to spend your time copying and pasting data from your matters into your documents. Documents that tend to be pretty standard from one client to the next.
Imagine if, instead of having to create all of your documents manually, you could do it using a few clicks of a button. You wouldn't have to worry about leaving old data in, and you wouldn't have to worry about making mistakes.
Imagine the amount of time you could save, and imagine the freedom that would make you feel.
Imagine the dramatic impact it would have on your business if you dedicated that time to other things like billing, invoicing, business development, the things that could increase your client base and the money you collect.
The really great news is that you don't need to imagine. Walking out of this presentation today, you're going to be able to do all of this for yourself and your firm. So how much time do you think you could save?
Up to 11 hours. A 2015 IDC study shows that legal teams dedicate about 28% of their time just towards document business processes. This means that if you're working, let's say, a 40-hour work week, that's a little over 11 hours that you could be saving by improving your document workflow. Which begs the question, what are you going to do with all your extra time?
That's a really great question, Shelby. And we're going to give all of you some time to think about that. And while you do, let's go back to who we are and why we want to talk to you about document automation and management. I'm Kimberly Westvelt. I'm a software development manager at Clio. I manage a team of developers that builds Clio's internal subscription and billing system. Most lately, my team has been working on building a tool for our sales team, and we've really been focusing on automating the process that they have to go through. And in doing so, we've been able to take the amount of time they spend closing deals and provisioning accounts down from 15 minutes to 1 to 2 minutes.
And I'm Shelby. I'm a software developer, and I actually work directly on the documents team. So all of the things that we're going to be talking about here today are the things that I get to work on regularly. We're going to be talking about improving workflows, and I've recently been working on improving the way our document integrations work. And then we're going to be mentioning some of our newer features, and I've recently been working on some new features for Clio Launcher.
Awesome. Shelby, what would you do with 11 hours a week?
I mean, I would love to have more time to do more technical research, stay up to date on the new trends. What about you?
That sounds really great. I'd also love to spend more time with my customers, understanding what their pain points are, brainstorming ways to make their experience better. But what would you say if your boss wasn't watching this?
Interesting. I mean, in that case, I'm gonna, collect all those hours, and I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna go backpacking. I'm gonna sleep more. What about you?
Who doesn't love sleeping?
Right?
I could use a nap. I also really love traveling, and when I travel, I like to go scuba diving, which is something that I'm going to do in Monterey after this conference.
Nice.
All right, so let's get back on track. As software developers, Shelby and I see the power of automation every day. We really try to apply a developer mindset to things. So when we run into problems over and over again, and it takes up our time, we take a minute to step back and think, how can we build something to do this work for us? And today we're going to show all of you how to channel your inner developer and automate your documents.
And then once we finish walking you through how to automate your documents in Clio Manage, we're going to show you how you can best manage them. We're going to show you some of our newer features, things like full text search, Clio Launcher, document management in our brand new mobile app, as well as some features that you might not currently be using, like our e-signature integration DocuSign.
All right, so let's set the stage. Imagine yourself at an amusement park, and you're looking up at this gigantic roller coaster. How are you feeling? Some of you are just like excited, ready to jump on, want to get going. Others might be a little bit more hesitant, anticipating that long ride to the top, wondering what you're getting yourself into. But don't worry. The roller coaster ride that we're about to take you on is one that's going to be well worth it. Document automation happens in two parts. The first part is creating templates, and the second part is generating documents from those templates. Templates is an investment. You're going to have to take your existing documents and put in some time to transform them into templates. This represents that long, suspenseful climb to the top of our roller coaster, and that's where we're going to start off today.
So we're going to start walking you through this process. As with everything today, we're sort of just giving you a quick demo. We don't expect you to be following along on your laptop. But we're going to point you in the direction of some workshops at the end, and we'll have more detail in our conference app if you want to go through this a little more intentionally.
So as we explore document automation and management today, we're going to join Meredith Sanford. She's a solo divorce attorney who's engaging with a new client, Erica Lee. And Shelby's going to kick us off by showing us how Meredith uses this opportunity to take an existing engagement letter, transforms it into a template that she can use for Erica's case and for every case going forward.
So let's say that Erica Lee has engaged with us as a new client. We would want to create a new engagement letter for her. So we have this old engagement letter here that we could use as a stepping stone for creating our own template. However, if we wanted to use this, there are some details in here that we would have to change. The date, the client's name, and the matter description are all sort of those bolded ones that we can see here. So if I wanted to do this manually, I could go through and type in Erica Lee, but this is just a really time-consuming process. It's easy to make errors like this. So we are going to make this into a template. If we go into Clio, under Settings, under this Document section here, you end up on this sort of weird-looking page full of these double-angle bracket fields called merge fields. So we have a merge field here for the matter description. And then you can see over here on the right is the value for that matter. So let's open up our actual matter here. We're working with the Lee case. So if we go up to the top, we can find the matter that we want to work with. So we're going to grab Lee. And you can see that the value there on the right has changed accordingly. So these merge fields refer to all the different pieces of a matter that you would be creating and filling in when you create and edit your matters. We have details like the client's name, maybe the client's address, that you can all pull into your templates by default. So the way we pull these into our templates is by copying that entire merge field, so everything including the angle brackets. We can do that with just a normal copy and paste, or if you click the clipboard over there on the right, that will copy it directly to your desktop. So we're going to click that and go back into the engagement letter, and then you just want to paste that exactly where you would want that to appear. So we saw the matter description. We're going to paste the matter description merge field in there. So this is a finished version. You can replace things like the date, the firm's address, the client's first name, the client's last name, and the matter description with all of those different merge fields. Now, the merge fields are the things that we provide by default, but let's say we want to customize this a little bit more. Clio also provides these fields called custom fields that allows you to customize your matters a little bit more, and we can pull those into the templates the same way we do with the merge fields. So I already have some custom fields for this client. This is a divorce case, so I have some custom fields for the spouse's first and last name. You can see that it's marked by that custom field value. So just as we did with the original merge fields, we are going to copy that into our document. Click the clipboard on the right, and then just paste it wherever we would want that to appear. So the benefit of these custom fields is that it allows us to customize our templates just one step further beyond the basic functionality that we provide already. There's tons of value in our custom fields beyond just templates. This is something that we provide for our boutique and elite users. And then once you have a finished document, our last step is to pull that into Clio. Go into the Documents tab, up to Templates, and we're just going to click that green Add button up there at the top and select our file. This is just a normal Word document. There's nothing fancy in here. And then when we open that and save it, Clio will start processing it behind the scenes.
Great. Thanks, Shelby. All right, so we have boarded our roller coaster and we've completed that suspenseful climb to the top. You might be like these people sitting up at the top, looking down and feeling maybe a little bit anxious. You might be thinking about the amount of time and what an investment it would be to go through this process for all your documents. Now, these templates are a lot like the programs that Shelby and I write. And Manage can take these templates and run them incredibly fast and with complete accuracy. So let's get to the exciting part of this roller coaster ride and watch as Meredith uses that new engagement letter to generate a document. So Meredith starts from the document section in Clio and then clicks on the blue new button in the upper right-hand corner. There's an option there to create a document from a template. And this brings up the Create a Document modal. And the first step is to choose your template. We've been working with Erica Lee and created that engagement letter template, so let's select that one. The second step is to choose your matter. And this is the matter where we're going to take that information from. We just type in Lee, our matter will pop up, select it. Now Manage gives you two different options. You can either generate PDF documents or you can generate Word documents. And in this case, we're going to generate a Word document. And then the only thing you have to do from here is click on the green Create button at the bottom of that screen. Now behind the scenes, Manage is going to work taking that template, drawing information from that matter, and producing your new engagement letter. So let's navigate to that matter, and under the Documents tab, we can see that indeed Manage has generated that engagement letter for us. Now we're curious, we want to make sure that it worked out. So Meredith downloads that locally to her computer and pops it open. Looks great. You can see it's been populated with today's date, along with our firm address. Erica Lee's name has been pulled in there. And we see the matter description. And even those super special fields that Shelby showed us we can add to our matter have been populated. So all of this should really put your mind at ease. This process took just a few clicks and a few seconds, and it saves you so much time and can prevent you from making embarrassing mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, when I filled out my mortgage application, my name was spelled wrong on like 50% of it.
Yeah, that would have been a great use case for this kind of thing.
So with that, we have reached the end of the Developer 101 for Lawyers portion of our presentation. We got you into the developer mindset, first by identifying some of the repetitive work that you might currently be doing with your documents. As lawyers, we know that you're going to have a lot of common documents, like the engagement letter we've been working with here, and relying on manually copying and pasting that data in leaves you open to possible error, and honestly, it is time that could be better spent elsewhere. That's up to 11 hours per week that you could be saving by improving this workflow. So there's two components to document automation to remember here. The first step is creating the templates, which is a lot of work, right? That's that long climb up to the top of the roller coaster. But once you've created your templates, you get to generate your documents from those templates and just enjoy the rest of the ride.
Awesome. So we're well into the exciting part of our roller coaster ride and hopefully envisioning what your future looks like when you embrace this. You're starting to feel that same sense of freedom that people in this photo are feeling. Or maybe some of you are feeling more like the brunette up front. Change can be a little hard to embrace sometime, and that's okay. It can take a little while to get into it. We know that lawyers have thousands of documents. And if you invest in this automation process, you're going to have more. And that's because you're going to take that time and you're going to invest in growing your firm. You're going to have more clients, which means more documents. There's no problem with that. Clio has built an incredibly robust document management system. As of today, we have over 1 billion documents in Manage. And we provide each and every one of you with unlimited document storage. Our teams have been busy at work building new tools and improving existing tools to help you search, edit, and access those documents from anywhere. All right, let's continue the fun part of our roller coaster ride and rejoin Meredith as she edits and executes that engagement letter, performs an informal conflict check, and then uploads Erica's marriage application while she's at the courthouse.
So let's kick it off with Clio Launcher. Some of you might already be familiar with Launcher, hopefully, but just to get everyone up to speed, Launcher is our desktop application that allows you to edit your documents in a text editor like Microsoft Word. You might be familiar with our old process of trying to edit documents in Clio, where you download them, you have to make the changes, and then re-upload them as a new version into Clio. It's just an incredibly time-consuming process. So to address this problem, we released Launcher a little over a year ago that allows you to work on your documents the same way you already do, but magically uploads it into Clio while you work. So I already have Launcher installed on this computer. You can almost see that at the taskbar at the top, I have that. And then I also have an icon next to our engagement letter here. So let's say I need to make a change on this. I'll click on that, open Clio Launcher, and it's going to open my document in my default text editor, which is Word. So let's say Meredith was supposed to send this to Erica yesterday and didn't. We're going to update the date here, and then the second I hit Save, you can see that Launcher starts processing that document right away. So you get that green check mark when it's uploaded, and it will tell you when you last updated that document. So if we close out of our original document and go back into Clio, we're going to click on that View Details tab, and you can see that a new version was just added. So that is how quick it is to use Launcher as it stands right now. This is the current version of Launcher, and it really changed the way lawyers interact with their documents in Clio. However, we are in the process of doing an early release on a brand new version of Launcher that'll go one step further. So instead of just creating new versions of documents that you already have in Clio, you can upload documents directly from your desktop or create brand new blank documents directly in Launcher and start editing it right away. As I mentioned, this is available for early release, so if you're interested in signing up for this, come check us out in the Clio Lab. But that's really how easy it is to use Launcher. Instead of the old process of downloading, editing, and re-uploading your documents, you can just work on your documents the same way you already do, but watch it magically upload into Clio while you work.
Thanks, Shelby. That was incredible. Such a time saver not having to go through those manual uploading and downloading steps. There are some changes, though, that lawyers can't make directly from their editors, such as collecting client signatures. How many of you know of firms that print off documents, send them for client signatures, receive them back, scan them, re-upload them? Anybody? Yeah, it's very normal. Like most of the lawyers that we talk to are very familiar with that process. There is a hidden gem inside of Clio Manage that you can take advantage of if you have a DocuSign account. You will need to set up the integration between Manage and DocuSign. It's really easy, and the steps are provided underneath our session in our conference app. So Meredith wants to leverage this functionality to get Erica to sign that engagement letter. It's really easy to do so from Manage. Our integrations are available directly from the related content. So we're at our engagement letter, and underneath that More Actions link, we have the option to sign with DocuSign. When we click that, it takes that engagement letter and pulls it into DocuSign. Now, working with DocuSign is incredibly easy, so we're going to skip over a few steps. But the important thing to note is just that you have to drag and drop that signature field to the signature line, and then pick who signs there. When you send that off, DocuSign goes through the process of notifying the recipients in the order they're required to sign. So we've set this up that Erica is required to sign first. She's received an email on behalf of Meredith from DocuSign, inviting her to review and sign that engagement letter. When she clicks that button, she's taken back into DocuSign, agrees to some terms, finds where she's required to sign, clicks, adopts a signature, applies it, and then finishes. This will cause DocuSign to notify Meredith. Meredith will go through the exact same steps, so we're going to skip over that. But once Meredith has signed, she will be notified that her document is complete. So Meredith pops this email open, and she's going to download the completed engagement letter to her desktop. And then back in Manage, from our document, we're going to upload that signed version. More view details, add new version, select the signed one, and there it is. So it is easier than ever to execute a document. You just have to set up your integration. Again, those steps are available to you through our conference app. Straight from your documents, you can click on that More Actions link. Click on Sign with DocuSign to be taken into DocuSign. And then just indicate where each party needs to sign. And DocuSign will take care of the rest.
So between the documents that you're editing and the documents that you're getting signed, we know that you guys have thousands of documents to work with. You probably have things pretty well organized already, sorted under matters and contacts, but when you're working with this many documents, tracking down individual documents can be really challenging. We also know that as firms, you dedicate a lot of time to doing checks for conflicts of interest, and going through the contents of your document can be a part of that. So to address these problems, we released a feature that we call full text search in February of this year. This is a feature for our elite users that allows you to search within the contents of the PDF and Word documents that you upload into Clio. So let's do sort of an informal conflict of interest check here. We're working on a divorce case, so in the normal search bar, I'm going to search for the spouse's name. So in this case, it's James Lee. You might already be familiar with that document name section in our search, but we have this new document content section that will show you the contents that appear in those results. So this is doing an and search, so we're going to get everything that includes those terms in it. We have the engagement letter, and we also have a few other documents here. So in this case, as I mentioned, this is doing an and search, which means that full text search searches for James and Lee. So I know enough about these matters to know that this is not referring to James Lee, our client's spouse. So no conflict of interest check here. But that's really how quick it is to do something very quick like that. Yeah, that's how simple it is to use full text search. As soon as you upload a document into Clio, we will start processing its contents behind the scenes to allow you to search within them. As I mentioned, however, this is only a feature for our elite users. There's tons of benefit in our elite plan beyond just full text search. So if you feel that this is something that could benefit yourself or your firm, go check out the people in the Smart Bar and they can help get you started.
Great. Thanks, Shelby. We have so many great document management features in our web application. However, we know lawyers spend a ton of time outside of the office. You might be at the courthouse, out for meetings with your clients, maybe on a trip, and you need to stay on top of things. How many of you managed to make it out to the mobile session yesterday? Okay, a few of you. Our mobile team has been hard at work rebuilding our mobile applications from the ground up. And as of yesterday, brand new versions of both our Android and our iOS apps are available for all of you. I'd really recommend that you go and download it and check it out. We're going to use Meredith's experience to explore the document functionality available within our Android app today. So when you launch the mobile app, you're taken to a screen that will show you your matters. And right up at the top, we show you your recently viewed matters, which, because we've been working on the Lee case, that's the first one listed there. So let's pop it open and see what we can do. When you look at a matter, we display the matter contents, and that includes documents. As expected, the engagement letter is there, and let's check out what we can do. It's possible to open your documents directly on your mobile phone. DocuSign returned us a PDF, so we popped it open, and you can see, yeah, we've got the latest version there. What else can we do? You may have noticed back on that documents page that we have the option to upload a document. And as I mentioned, Meredith has received an email from Erica providing her with a marriage application that she had requested. So Meredith downloads that to her phone, and then back in our mobile app, she clicks on that green upload document button at the bottom, selects upload file, and then from her downloads, she chooses that marriage application. Now we want to make sure that it is, in fact, the correct document, so we can preview it and choose the editor. Checks out, looks like the right thing. So to complete our upload, we click on the check mark in the upper right-hand corner, and doing so will actually upload this document back into Manage. All right, so who is excited to give that mobile app a try? I want all of you to download it and check it out. It's really great. So with our new mobile app, you can access your existing documents, and you can upload new documents. If you happen to miss that session and you're interested, go to the Clio Lab later on today and chat with our mobile team to hear about all the exciting stuff.
And with that, we have reached the end of our roller coaster.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Shelby, what do you do when you get off of a roller coaster?
I am so relieved to be off a roller coaster.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more like these people. I'm really usually excited and giddy about the experience I had, and I usually want to talk to my friends about what we just experienced together.
Okay, well, I can't relate, but we can pretend like I'm normal and go over what we just talked about.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So we kicked it off, first of all, with document automation. We showed you how you can create a template. That's a lot of work, right? That's that long climb up to the top of our roller coaster.
Yeah, and once we finished that climb, we really started to gain momentum, generating documents in just a few seconds and preventing you from making mistakes.
And then we shifted over to more of the management side of things. We showed you how you can edit your documents using Clio Launcher and have it magically upload into Clio while you work.
And then we told you about that hidden gem that you might not be leveraging, DocuSign, which you can use to automate a little bit more of that execution step.
And we showed you how to search within the contents of your documents using full text search. We showed you how quick it is to search for your documents this way and how easy it is to do sort of an informal conflict of interest check.
And finally, we gave you an overview of the document functionality available in our brand new Android and iOS app, showing you how to stay productive on the go.
So if you really love roller coasters, you might be looking back on this and be interested for some reason in jumping back in line. So if you want to learn more about documents, there's 2 workshops that you can go to after this. Immediately following this is the client intake document automation workshop for document automation in Clio Grow. And then if you want to go over some of the stuff that we talked about here today, at 1:15, there's a workshop for document automation in Clio Manage that will show you how you can create a template directly in your own account. If you can't make it out to those workshops, we have a ton of information in our conference app that will go over the stuff that we talked about here today.
Great. So we have run pretty much up to time today. Shelby and I and our content specialist, Sam, are going to hang out at the front for a few minutes. If you're not running off, please come chat with us and ask us questions. Shelby and I are available in the Clio Lab later on today, so please come ask us questions then. But thank you for spending this time with us today, and enjoy the ride.